And we're back.
And with that, we're back for another episode of our podcast.
Yeah. Yay!
Who knew?
Podcast day.
Who knew? I made sure I wore. Everybody wrote in and said how much they love this shirt. So thank you guys. I wore it again.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're here to please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
For sure.
I like that.
Yeah. So let's talk about, we were just talking before we got on tape. We were talking about the world that we live in and how there is a big push for being
changing.
PC, let's call it, right?
Sure.
And that means that, you don't want to alienate or hurt other people, which is a very valiant thing to want to do.
I don't want to hurt anyone.
Right?
Yeah. I would respect everyone.
Yeah. So in the real estate industry, there's been a big push to change certain terminology. Mainly, talk about mainly.
Mainly, it's bad now to say master bedroom.
And why is that?
Or master bathroom.
Why is that?
Because the word master has bad connotations with some people.
Right.
Which I think we know what that means.
Well, we'll go back to the South and slavery and all
Sure.
that, right?
Right.
And so the slaves would have the smaller bungalow, cottage, and then the master would have the master suite. And that's where it came from.
Right.
So Glenn and I have actually solved this issue.
Well,
we have created, you ready?
Well, let's not unveil it right now.
Okay, never mind.
Here, watch.
Go.
Because we're trendsetters.
Okay.
And we're not the type of people that are going to dwell on like, oh, we've done this for so long. We need to stick it. We need to keep this word.
Good point.
You know what we thought about? We thought about, no, you know what? We're going to embrace it. We're very early on to adopt it. We've already been using it in our professional careers.
We have, yes.
The agents who we've told it to have said, that's phenomenal.
They go like this.
They're like,
They can't believe it.
They can't believe. They're like, why didn't I think about that? It's such a good phrase to.
I know.
It's such a good
word. This is like an infomercial
to supplement.
where they keep talking about the thing,
Yeah.
and then you have to wait an hour to figure out what it was exactly they're selling you and how much it is.
Exactly.
We're getting to that.
Well, I mean, we are salespeople to a certain extent, right? We got to hype. We got to hype ourselves.
I guess so. Yeah.
So back to we're trendsetters. We're trailblazers.
Yes.
And it was in that vein that we brainstormed, and now we came up with what? You want?
Yeah, I'll say it.
Go for it.
So we no longer have a master bedroom. We have a prime bedroom.
Yeah, prime. The prime bedroom
means it's the most important bedroom.
Yes.
It's no longer associated with anything out of slavery or any of the negative connotations. It just means it's the most important bedroom.
Yeah, it's the prime bedroom and the prime bathroom.
Exactly. And you have your prime bathroom or your prime I almost said master suite.
It's a long road.
Your prime suite.
That's right.
I know.
And we've embraced the term so much.
Yeah.
That it goes in my MLS descriptions now.
Yep.
On properties that we market.
I know. And people are intrigued. They call and go, hey, what's a prime bedroom?
Yeah, what do you mean by
what's
prime?
a prime suite? What is it?
And we're like, where have you been? One, thanks for coming out under that rock. And two, thanks for calling me to buy my house I have listed.
Yeah.
And three, prime bedroom means the master bedroom.
Yeah. Well, I was motivated too. Both of us were when we read that the Washington Redskins were going to change their name.
Right.
They finally decided after all the pressure, after all the years and everything going on in the world with, culture and race and all this tension that's going on, they're like, you know what? Fine.
We're going to do it.
We're going to change your name. So have you heard some of the
I haven't.
leading contenders? The Warriors is one of the leading contenders.
That's always a good one.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean, we already have a Warriors, right?
Well, basketball.
Golden State. I get it, but next for me.
What would you name them?
Let me see. What would I name them? Maybe underachievers?
Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's rough. Now, I'm a Cowboys fan, actually, so I actually think that's really funny. Sorry, Washington Redskin fans.
I got some good ones sometimes.
Oh, God. Could there be some name you could do, like, remember that horrific Joe Theismann break?
Oh, yeah.
Make that the emblem, like a broken leg?
No, we can't go there.
On the helmet? No?
No, we can't go there. Oh, man. Most people probably don't even know what we're talking about right now.
I know. So football, though, is going to come back, we're hoping. And
that's right.
As San Diego people that live here, Glenn and I had season tickets for a few years.
Yep.
And we're big Charger supporters. And
you have your powder blue on that. Maybe that's why everyone wrote in and said they loved your shirt so much.
That could be. And so we've decided, I think, both of us have decided that just like when let's say you break up with your wife,
Okay.
What's the biggest revenge you can do? You can sleep with her best friend.
Oh my God. We are on a roll today, aren't we?
So what are we going to do? We're going to
become Las Vegas Raiders
That's
fans.
right. Here we're coming to Las
Yeah.
Vegas to see you, Raiders.
Here's what
That's right.
this is the way I look at it. I
Yeah.
spend a lot of money on the NFL. I'm sure a lot of people out there do too. Well, my NFL team left me, so now I'm a free agent fan.
Exactly.
Who's going to take all this NFL money? And you know who's going to get it? Las Vegas Raiders.
That's right.
Because
Yeah.
one, it's Vegas, and two, it's the Raiders. So
know.
it fits perfectly well with what you're saying against the
Yeah,
Chargers.
they said that when you fly in, because the stadium's almost done, when you fly in at night, they have it lit up, and it looks like Darth Vader when you fly in. Like
No
the lighting.
way.
Yeah, they said it's ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I'm for sure not even joking. I'm going to buy season tickets when they become available.
Yeah.
We missed the first round of it, apparently.
Yeah, so him and I decided we were going to get season tickets, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
But we didn't actually go on a list. We just figured, when they go for sale, we'll get them. And then this last year, we went online, and they have a 2-year wait to get season tickets.
Oh, yeah. We missed the mark on that one.
Yeah, we definitely did.
But you know what? We got tickets for the new Aztec Stadium.
Yes.
So
yes.
very excited about that.
Go Aztecs. For you out of there, that's San Diego State.
Yeah, that's right.
Our local our only football team right now. Well, that's not true. USD has a team too, but Division 2.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Mm.
All right, so what are we doing today?
I think we have our mailbag things here again. Again, people really like that. People write into the show all the time, and they want their questions answered. So let's you one. I'll ask one.
You keep jumping the gun.
Go.
So if somebody else wanted to write in a question, how should they do that?
You would contact us on any of our social media platforms
Okay.
and just put a comment.
Just submit a question.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
There
So
we
we
go.
have one right here. Dear property guys, I have been looking for a home for over a year.
Okay.
I've been working this agent for a very long time, and we've seen over 40 homes. Am I being too picky? From Jerome in Carlsbad.
Jerome in Carlsbad. Well, thanks for the question, Jerome in Carlsbad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to put this nicely, but I'll just say it. Yeah, you're being too picky. Like, you're being too picky.
Right.
Right? So this is the advice I give all my buyers. Make a list of 10 things, put them in order of what you need to have in a home. Which I need to have this. I need to have a yard. I need to have a prime bathroom. I need to have a prime bedroom, right? Whatever it is. I don't care. It could be school districts, whatever it is.
Right.
But if you get 6 or 7 of those things in one home,
Right.
that's the home to write up.
Yeah.
Like, you're never going to get everything.
Yeah.
There's not a perfect home out there for you.
Isn't it similar to dating in the sense, like,
Right.
you know,
It's like-
you can go on a bunch of internet dates, like from Plenty of Fish
Sure.
or Tinder. Well, Tinder's more a hookup site, but whatever. You know, my point here is you can keep going on dates and finding all the reasons why that person's not right for you.
Yeah.
Or you can look at it like, hey, this person has like 6 out of the 10 things I think I really want.
Right.
So I'm going to give it a go.
For sure. That's
Right?
a good analogy. It's a good
Absolutely.
example.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if you find the 10, right, you found the 10, but the odds of you actually landing that 10 are slim and none. Let's be honest, right?
So Jerome, Carlsbad, stick to the 6s and 7s. I guess this is the point here.
What a very poignant way to end that one.
Exactly. So do you have a question for me?
I do, actually. I have the
right.
mailbag right here.
All right, let's see what
we
you
had
got.
a lot of questions this time.
Yeah, we did.
Most of people really liked it last time. Okay. Here we go. This is Carla in downtown San Diego.
Okay.
How much should I spend on my ensuite bath, and what should I concentrate on?
That's a good question. So if it's ensuite, it's the prime bedroom with a prime.
It's a prime bedroom with a prime
Suite.
bath right there.
Exactly.
She wrote ensuite, which is a
Ensuite.
very
Same idea, which means
particular term.
Which is inside the actual, yeah. So
Yep.
I would think, okay, so knowing downtown, I would think that you don't want to spend more than $20,000, certainly.
Okay.
You should be able to put a budget together somewhere in that $12,000 to $15,000 range to give you everything you want. The main things you want to concentrate on are your tile finishes in your tub surround, or if you do just a stand-up shower, you might want to put a couple rain shower heads, side jets, steam, who knows.
Sure.
But you want to try to pick your dominant tile and then work around that. And usually that's going to be in your surround that you're going to see through your glass doors, right?
Gotcha.
So if you go with like a sea blue, for example, then your floors probably need to be something that's not going to clash with that. So maybe a white tile, maybe an off-white, maybe something that's less bright. You wouldn't want to put blue surround and then put green tile, for example, on your floors. That wouldn't work. So I'd work around that kind, and the things you're going to be looking at is your shower pan, what you have on your floor, your walls.
So that would be one tile, right?
Right, and then you have your walls.
And you have your wall tile.
And then you've got, likely in the more modern designs, you're going to have a glass panel.
Okay.
Let's assume
for the doors.
For a stand-up shower, right? And then you're going to have floor tile. And then you've got your vanity. You've got your countertops, which generally people are using quartz or marble.
Well, one thing I've seen a lot, too, is people are doing kind of a feature wall on one of the walls in these stand-up showers. So the one tile wall,
right.
You could see 4 different types of tiles in a shower.
That's true. That's true. So anyway, but long story short is focus on the design you're looking for and the function. So the first thing is, do I want a stand-up shower? Yes.
Sure.
What pop of color do I want? Choose that tile and then work everything around it. And do not spend more than $20,000, please. And if you do, then you'll never see it.
Okay. Well,
so, Carl, I hope that helps.
Good advice. Very good advice. Excellent.
Oh, I have another one. All right. So this one's from Jill in San Diego. She didn't say what part of San Diego. Jill, next time if you could tell us what part of San Diego, that'd be great. So, dear property guys, we are first-time home buyers and have a budget limited to $500,000.
Okay.
Should we focus on a townhome or try to stretch it to a single-family home with a yard?
Interesting.
That's a good question.
It is a good question.
Probably a situation a lot of people are in San Diego.
I would imagine. So the average price of homes in San Diego County, just if you took all the homes in San Diego County, is $571,000 or something close to that, right?
Right.
So we're a little bit below that. So I get this. I can see where the rub is for these buyers. What I would do, and what I kind of did personally, because I was in this situation, was what you do: get the townhome, get your townhome, get a nice townhome. Maybe it has a little patio yard for the dogs and stuff like that. Live in it for a few years. Then what you would do is you will trade up. Then you take that next step. It's just getting in the market is your first step. And then after you live a few years, you cash in that appreciation, and then you use it as your down payment on your next step up, which would be the house. That's what a lot of people do out here. I've done it. I think you've done something similar to that.
Yep.
It's really hard to kind of go straight into that house. I know everyone wants the 3-2 with 1,500 square feet in a yard and a good school district. I get it. But sometimes it takes a couple steps to get to that, especially in San Diego.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, Jill from San Diego, take the steps.
Yes.
Totally agree.
Yeah, just get on the path.
Yeah, get in there. Get a nice place, something you can afford, it's comfortable, and then in a few years you can sell it and then move up.
I mean, we're all people. We like to go out to dinner and have drinks with friends, and you don't want to be,
I mean,
house
look at
poor.
it. It's like when
house
you were
rich and bank poor or whatever.
Yeah, it was like when you were in your 20s and you were in college and you were at home. You're eating top ramen and tuna fish and things like that, pasta every night.
Right.
But then 10 years later, you're able to go out and get a steak. Same deal, man.
There you go.
Move up the ladder.
Yep. You got to take one rung at a time.
Move up the ladder, yeah. By the way, this one's done.
Throw it. Pitch it.
It's gone.
All right. I got one last question for you.
Okay.
This is from Rachel in Chula Vista.
Okay.
She's from not my neck of the woods.
Yeah, we love South Bay.
Right.
Shout out
Benito,
South Bay.
We just talked about this.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. All right. If I want to create an open floor plan, what things should I consider? My kitchen is galley style, and I hate it.
Galley style kitchens are the worst. I don't know why they ever made those things.
Right.
It was like a complete afterthut, like a hallway.
Yeah.
So people don't know galley.
This is your hallway.
It's like a hallway. They put a kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually a good question because this is one thing that we probably run into more than anything else with clients that we're working with is everybody wants an open floor plan. And houses that were built from the 60s to basically the early 80s didn't have open floor plans.
Right.
The kitchen was closed off. And so a lot of times you have to remove a wall to open that up. So when you're looking at what considerations you need to have, I would look at what's behind the wall. So is it a dining room? Is it a living room? Is it a family room? Is there a laundry room? I mean, you'd have to look at where the wall is that you want to open up, because there's load-bearing walls, which means that the structure of the roof sits on top of that wall. If it's a load-bearing wall, it can quadruple the cost of removing it, because you got to put a carry beam up to hold up that weight that you no longer have the wall. If it's not a load-bearing wall, then that's way easier, because then it's just a partition wall that you can move anywhere you want. Just get rid of it.
Sledgehammer it down.
Yeah, so that's the first thing. And then secondarily, you have to look at how you orient it. So if you're looking at an island or peninsula, you want to make sure that it faces in the right direction for you, so you can incorporate it into your living space, because that's what you're looking for. A lot of people don't think, and they just remove a wall and they start building. They go, "Oh, wait a minute, where's the counter going to go?" And they're kind of backwards because they don't have the space for it. So that's a matter of working with someone who is knowledgeable on a kitchen remodel. But I would say that's the two biggest things, is where to open up and what that's going to mean as far as where your island's going to go, or your peninsula. Because nobody opens it up and then has, the back of their cabinets. It's going to be your peninsula or your island. I mean, that's just the way it works.
Right.
And then I think lastly is think about cabinets, because a lot of people don't think about that. When you do remove a wall, you're going to lose cabinet space. So you need to make sure that you have ability to put cabinets underneath your island or your peninsula. And maybe there might be on your back walls, there might be a window, there might be a door, something that you can remove and get rid of and make more uppers and lower cabinets to accommodate that. So thanks for the question.
All very good points.
Hey, man, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Good question, Rachel. Thank you very much for this, actually.
Yeah.
But now I get to do my Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah.
Did you see that Jordan S. shot?
Yeah, it was
I just
Jordan S.
watched Last Dance.
Yeah.
Oh, man, brought me all the way back to high school.
Right. So if you guys notice, Glenn is left-handed. And
I just busted it out.
I just thought about that. So what is the percentage of people that are left? Is it like 10%?
It's like 10%, yeah.
Okay. So there'll be 10% of you guys out there left-handed. Are you left-handed?
I'm
No?
in the minority.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Minority's good.
Yeah.
I like being in a minority.
What minority are you in?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it sounds like an interesting thing to be, in a minority. I'm sure I am. Trust me, some of my thoughts are very, very minority. Like there's nobody thinking what I'm thinking. But yeah, talk about that though. Talk about being left-handed. It's kind of interesting.
Talk about being lefty in a righty world.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So
when's the first thing, like when you were a kid or early on in your adulthood, you're like,
well, here's a good
you're
example.
Like, darn it,
Here's
I
a
wish
good
I was
example.
right-handed.
When you go to school and you have the desk, right? And you sit at your desk, and every desk is situated for a right-handed person. So you put your arm on the desk and you could write. Well, with lefties, they don't do that. So my elbow's like just free, just hanging out every time in school. And then put that on top of they don't make left-handed notebooks. So then my hand is on the spiral.
Right.
And my elbow's like in no man's land as I'm taking notes in school, right?
Crazy.
So that's one of the challenges. Of course, that was a long time ago. And then you just get used to using your right hand. Like scissors aren't made for left-handed people.
Good point.
So then, they fit comfortably in my right hand, but then when you put them in your left hand, it's like the ridges like dig in on your fingers and stuff when you're cutting stuff. Yeah. Other than that, I don't run into too many complications. Of course, when we go out, I always want to be on your left.
Yeah.
So we're not always bumping elbows when we're
like
eating
this.
dinner or something.
Yeah, yeah. What?
He's very elbowy.
Yeah. Are any of your kids left-handed?
No. None of them
He has
got
three
it.
kids.
I have three kids. I thought
None of them got it.
None of them
You
got
make it sound like it's like some sort of
wanted-
sickness they're going to get.
No.
None of them got it.
None of them got it. No, I wanted one of them to be lefty,
Yeah.
right? To carry on the lefty tradition. Lefties do it better.
Right.
And of course it'd be great to call one of them a southpaw.
Right.
But I thought my son Asher was going to be lefty for a long time because he was doing a lot of stuff lefty dominant.
Right.
But turns out he's a righty.
Yeah. Well, they say, by the way, I want to get you a shirt that says they. And I have pictures of people, because we say that so much in our society. They say this. Who's they?
I don't know.
Right? Anyway.
Who is they?
So they say that lefties have a more predisposition to art, for example. They're more artistic.
Yep.
They're more right brain, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is,
right brain.
Which is opposite.
We're left-handed.
Right brain. Okay.
So that's the joke. We're the only people.
Yeah,
because
he's an artist, which, by the way, will flash up some art.
Yeah, well, I can give you some pictures of art to look at and stuff. I
Yeah.
have fun painting. I like to paint.
Absolutely.
No, actually, just to dovetail off what you're saying, I did. I actually went to art school.
Right.
I graduated with an art studio degree with an emphasis in oil painting
Right.
and printmaking, oddly enough. And I love doing printmaking. I just don't have the equipment to do that. So I do oil painting a lot.
Yeah.
And it's it's usually just, it's like an impressionistic, I don't know how you call it. I would call it neo-impressionistic of beach scenes, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So it's like very spacey.
It's cool stuff.
Very spacey, but it's this giant wave. And I guess I can show you. It's
Yeah.
a big, giant green wave. And it's like very spacey, has a lot of layers, very free-flowing. It's like Jackson Pollock meets Monet or Renoir, who's one of my favorite painters, by the way.
It's a pretty cool combo, actually.
Yeah. Well, we're back to the juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Like I see it every day in real estate.
Well,
and I just do it in my
I was
art.
just thinking about our kids and how kids are, when they're young, they're very artistic just naturally. They draw things, they're very abstract, and as they get older, obviously they either go into something where they become more skilled at it,
Yeah.
or it's just something that they have. Like I'm good visually art, but I'm like writing. No, I can't draw anything. My daughters are very good, but it's interesting because our society right now, they don't get much experience in that. I mean, like all the funding and stuff.
Right.
In public schools, it's kind of cut. Like there's a little bit, but not like there used to be. And I think that's kind of a shame.
It is. The good part is we're in South Bay, and they have a good school district, and they don't get as much art as I did when I was in going through school, in high school in particular. But
Right.
they do get some art, and it's called like a wheel system they have. So on Fridays, there's different subjects they cycle through in a month.
It's cool.
So at least they have some experience with it.
Right.
And we're slowly working on our own paintings in the garage. I have I have a 2-car garage, half of it's set up for painting studio.
Yeah.
So me and the kids, we all have our canvases. I'm teaching them how to paint, and we just go out there and have fun when we can.
Nice. I think
So
it's
they get a
important.
little bit at home.
Yeah, it's important to have those kids experience that. They're not. I mean, well, right now our kids aren't even in school. So those who are in other states listening to this, I have a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old. Glenn, what are your ages again?
So I have Jave. I'll give the whole rundown.
So I didn't give names.
Jave is 12. Adeline is 9, soon to be 10.
Right.
And then Asher is 6, soon to be 7.
So here in California, our kids aren't going to school. They're going to stay in our houses. And somehow, some way, they're going to get taught. We're not even sure how that's going to happen. Some sort of virtual learning. They're called virtual learning.
Yep, virtual learning.
Distance learning, whatever. I personally am not very happy about it. I love my children. It's not just the obvious, but it's also the fact that kids, they need to socialize. They need to have life skills. They need to grow. They need to be taught by somebody who's a mentor.
Right.
Not that I'm not a mentor, but I'm not a teacher.
Sure.
Right? Like that's
Well, I got
unreasonable.
very lucky that my wife is a teacher.
Good point. Mine's not.
And she has friends who are teachers. So I think what they're planning on doing, they thought of the whole plan. They're genius about it.
Yeah.
Is our kids are going to travel in pods to each friend, and each friend will be responsible for helping them learn the discipline they teach professionally in their everyday life.
Which is a great idea. But to be fair,
not everyone has access to that.
Don't we pay teachers to teach our kids?
We do.
Okay. I'm just throwing that out there, guys. I'm sorry if you're a teacher, but...
Well, they are going to teach. They're going to do distance
as they say on Seinfeld, or Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I do know, I was talking to Jody a little bit. She's going to go into her room, into her classroom. She's going to do distance teaching.
Right.
And kids are going to get graded. Obviously, when this very first started, kind of grades went out the window. It's all this brand new world. But now they're hunkering down, distance learning for real now. And you get graded.
Yeah.
So we'll see how well that
goes. It's a glimpse into our lives. We just went down the rabbit hole there a little bit, but
it's like we kind of shoved online colleges on our children right now.
Kind of. It's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, we're definitely getting used to living virtually in many realms, which goes back to real estate. I'll tie it right back before we wrap this thing up. But it's interesting because what's happened with everything is that there's been more of a focus about virtualizing our business and the things we do. Like right now, we meet everybody either through a Zoom, conference call, or FaceTime, right? And eventually we go out and look at properties, or we see their house, or we move forward, and then it ends up we actually meet them. But I guess it's interesting that our kids are growing up in a world that's becoming more and more virtualized.
Yeah.
And it's likely that, we'll get back to, people being around each other, obviously, but there is some good that's coming out of it. I mean, we're becoming more skilled at this. We're becoming more skilled at talking to you guys through podcasts. So it's not all bad,
Yeah, I do think the fine art of being a people person is getting lost to a certain extent too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because we're isolating ourselves more and more from humanity.
Yeah, we'll all become cyborgs.
And we're losing that connection. Yeah.
We're all going to there's going to be more and more AI in us.
Excuse me 1 second before we wrap this up.
Yeah, do it.
So I'm going to show you guys something.
Go, show me. I'm not sure what he's showing me. But, okay, go.
This is why I like podcasting, and this is what we're here to do for you guys and anyone who listens to us.
It's impromptu.
It's a book by Dale Carnegie, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living Your Life.
Oh, I like it.
So, look, I'm going to give this to you.
And that was written, you know what? Carnegie is from Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah. And also, How to Win Friends and Influence People, one of the great books out there.
1948.
Isn't that crazy? And all that stuff still applies today.
Yep, absolutely.
How to stop worrying and start living.
Stop worrying and start.
Listen to this podcast is step 1.
Living.
Not read the book, although this is step 2. But I think podcast is step 1 for sure.
Yeah. I think next podcast we'll probably talk a little bit more about real estate related things. Or maybe not.
It's kind of good to be off the cuff. People get to see who we are for real in real life. And just hear our mundane stories, I guess.
Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's been a delight, again, to have everybody here at our podcast. And we hope next time we have more dynamic things to give you guys and have a lot more fun. And I'm Frederick.
I'm Glenn. But I will say, we started off with a bang with the old prime bedroom.
Yes.
That was really dynamic.
You guys heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Remember that.
All right. No one goes stealing. I don't want to hear anyone stealing about prime bedrooms, although you're all free to use it. And I certainly don't want to hear anyone claiming that they came up with the multiple buyer counter form.
No, I know, right.
Which is in the works of getting approved by the California Association of Realtors.
All right, till next time, guys.
We'll see you later.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.